Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video I want to talk about the new Nuka-Cola flavor, Nuka-Cola Twist. Now, before we get into this, I want to let you guys know off the bat there really is not a lot of information lore-wise about this flavor of Nuka-Cola, so I'm going to do my best using the information that we do have to try to formulate some kind of story for it within the lore of the game. So, what I'm going to do first is just show you guys Nuka-Cola Twist, what it does, and then I'm going to go into what I've kind of come up with for this. So, looking at it, this is a Nuka-Cola Twist. The label, starting with that, it's kind of got this cool, like Vertigo-esque kind of like swirl going on there, and that's obviously some kind of reference to like the twist element of it. And the color of the bottle, and I assume the soda itself, is going to be this kind of like bubblegum pink. The effects that it gives us excuse me, applies a random positive effect, restores health, and restores action points. And actually, if we consume one of these, it will give us a buff to one of the 7 special stats, strength, perception, whatever, and it will give us just better AP for, I believe it's 2 minutes, something like that. So I wish I could show you guys the little stat thing here, but long story short, I can't get over there because my controller is fucked up. So, anyways, with that out of the way, you guys see how it looks, all that stuff. Let me just talk a little bit about the possible story for this. So, let me find a good place to hunker down here. Oh, actually, you know what? In front of this little Cappy statue should probably be okay. I'll give you guys something interesting to look at as I ramble away. So, I've been sitting here for the past 15 minutes doing some research, stuff like that, and this is what I have come up with. So, let me open this up real quick. All right. So, what do we know about Nuka-Cola Twist? Well, for one, we know that it is most likely a new flavor of Nuka-Cola unlike the rest. Aside from the unique benefits it has, it seems as though Nuka-Cola Twist has a flavor resembling either bubblegum or cotton candy. In my opinion, it would probably be cotton candy. This makes sense since, well, it's a circus, and there's usually cotton candy there. And although the color of the soda, like I said, is pink, as opposed to the more common blue that is associated with cotton candy flavors, that is most likely because they didn't want to get it confused with a Nuka-Cola Quantum, which already has that blue color. So, what do we know about the ingredients? Well, from Fallout 4, we know the basics of how Nuka-Cola is made, at least the basic flavor. This includes, natural, artificial flavors and sweeteners, corn syrup, most importantly, caffeine. Usually though, Nuka sodas have a unique ingredient that sets it apart from the rest. We see this with, Nuka-Cola Dark has alcohol in it, Nuka-Cola Orange probably has some orange flavor, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, in like how Nuka-Cola Quantum has strontium-19 isotopes in it. It's got some crazy BS in there. That'll surely make your pee glow. With that being said, though, could Nuka-Cola Twist have a secret ingredient? All right, let me move around here for a little bit so I'm mixing up for you guys so you're not getting too bored just watching me stand there. Does Nuka-Cola Twist have a secret ingredient? Well, it's possible that it might. So let me get this camera fixed up here, and I'm going to continue on. All right, so does Nuka-Cola Twist have a secret ingredient? Well, for the sake of entertainment, sure. But for the sake of lore, probably not. Alright, what do I mean by this? Well, with the new Nuka World on Tour update, we are introduced to the new Ultracite Titan boss. And for some reason or another, which I actually plan on making a video on, the Titan was exposed to Ultracite and grew from a normal mole rat to the behemoth that we see today. Given this new resurgence of Ultracite in the game, is it possible that Ultracite is the secret ingredient for Nuka-Cola Twist? Well, we know that Ultracite is an incredibly potent source of energy from completing the Fallout 76 main storyline, and given the fact that Nuka-Cola Twist gives you not only increased AP, but also a random positive effect, it could make sense that Ultracite is used in Nuka-Cola Twist, similar to how cocaine was used in the original Coca-Cola recipe in real life. If you guys didn't know that, cocaine was actually one of the original ingredients in Coca-Cola to kind of give you that boost of energy. So, where did I leave off here? I'm sorry. Within the sense of the story, though, this doesn't really make sense. We know that the Nuka World on Tour traveled across the wasteland both before and after the bombs dropped, and they had this flavor before any of that, before the apocalypse. Well, I can assume they did because, it's not like they're going to go out like me and the Overseer did and make a whole new flavor of Nuka-Cola Quantum after the bombs dropped. I bet you they did not have the resources for that, let alone the Kanawha Nuka-Cola plant. They just got here, so it's not like they're using that. So, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but the point I'm trying to make is that this flavor was definitely in the Fallout universe before the bombs dropped. Okay, similar to how okay, so continuing off of that point, similar to how Baja Blast used to be at Taco Bell, we can assume that Nuka-Cola Twist is a flavor that is only available on the tour. It's exclusive to the tour. Again, similar to how Baja Blast used to be at Taco Bell. And it's available nowhere else. Since Ultracite, as far as I remember, was found in West Virginia, it wouldn't really make sense that Ultracite would be in the drink, as again, I'm not really super sure on this, but I believe that Ultracite, was found only like briefly before the bombs dropped. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, it wouldn't really make sense for it to be in the drink, as the tour wasn't really exclusive to the West Virginia area. However, though, I know I'm kind of negating my last point, and again, it kind of goes my last point. Nuka World, as we know from Fallout 4, and like I said in my Why is Nuka World on Tour video, Nuka World from the Fallout 4 DLC is located in Pennsylvania. It's a parody of the real world Hershey Park, which is also located in Pennsylvania. I've actually been there a couple times. It's pretty sweet, and I liked how they kind of did that. It makes a lot of sense. So, it could be possible with that being said, because if you guys know anything about geography, West Virginia and Pennsylvania are actually pretty close. It could make sense that maybe before the war, the Atomic Mining Company Corporation, whatever, reached out to John Caleb Brad Burton, who is the CEO of Nuka-Cola, and was like, hey, we've got this new thing that gives increased energy. Maybe, they put freaking isotope strontium-90 in Nuka-Cola, so I'm sure they wouldn't have no problem with adding this crazy radioactive mineral to soda. It kind of makes sense, and it kind of also doesn't make sense. So I'm kind of going back and forth on it. But either way, it's still pretty logical, whichever way you go. I mean, they with the Nuka-Cola Quantum, they added that BS to it. It makes sense that they'd add BS to the Nuka-Cola Twist, and it would also make sense that this is just some random flavor without Ultracite in it. So I'm only bringing up that point because of the new resurgence of Nuka-Cola. Again, I'm not exactly too certain if Ultracite is the additive with this new flavor. So that is really all I have for this video. Again, like I said, there really is very little information about Nuka-Cola Twist. Not only did I go in-game and talk to the NPCs, but I also went online, looked for stuff like that, and that's actually where I originally saw this theory for the Ultracite thing. I don't have Reddit installed on my phone, but that was like what came up, and I couldn't see the original poster for that, or I would have shouted them out here. But if you are the person that originally came up with that idea, and you see this here, credit to you, credit to the Fallout 76 subreddit for kind of coming up with that Ultracite idea. So, yeah, that's really all I can say. I'm trying to think if there's really anything else that I can talk about. I'm kind of going off script a little bit here, but again, there's not a lot about this Nuka-Cola flavor in the game, so it really is up to us to kind of figure out why this is around, what it is, stuff like that. And thankfully, there's enough context clues, not only within this game, but all the other games we can kind of bring together and formulate some kind of story for ourselves regarding this. It's my hope that eventually in the future, maybe they'll come up with something, some kind of story about this, something like that. But honestly, knowing Bethesda, they probably won't, and they'll just leave it like this. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time, folks, but I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. My name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.